Today I'm replacing the Golf MK7 head unit, which has been a common fault since they first came out. This particular one is a 2013 model, and what happens is the touchscreen stops being responsive. Now, of course, now I'm recording a video, the touchscreen has been working fine, but what we've found is that when the car is cold, and the weather's a lot colder, and the car's not in use, the touchscreen stops being responsive. And also, another thing that it was doing was selecting things without us even touching the screen. So it was changing radio stations and constantly going to settings, so pressing this button in the corner. VW suggests that it is from pressing the screen too hard, but I think as it was such a common fault, I don't really believe that. But anyway, we're going to swap this out for this spare part that I've got here. Now, they cost considerably less than they used to. It used to cost nearly £1,000 to swap out these screens. I've obtained this second-hand part for £80, including the unit that goes in the glove box here. So they're a lot cheaper to replace these days. So to start with, we need to remove the trim around the climate control unit. This can be done without a tool if you use your fingers underneath. All clips intact. Now, the surround for the touchscreen includes the vents and is attached to the vents and doesn't come out so easily. So I found that if you stick a Bojo tool into the left, once you've got it up a little bit, you can use your hands to some degree. The trim will separate from the vents, but I found that it's easier to get the vents out complete with the trim, because these clips at the top hold quite tight and it's a very thin area, so I imagine this would be prone to breaking if you're not careful. Now, underneath we need to undo the clip for the hazard or remove the rest of the trim. So we've got these little clips on the top. We just want to be careful not to break. So I think we cracked this one. So you will want to be careful with them. If you'd rather remove the vents completely, there's a connector for the hazard lights underneath. And one for the airbag indicator light. The one for the airbag indicator requires pressing on both sides, that's why it's a little bit awkward. Now, in order to remove the stereo, it's not like the Mark 6 and Mark 5 Golf where it was just held in with Torx screws. You need radio keys. Now, I've borrowed these from Motec, and basically you'll need to select the right tool. I think it's that one. Fold them out on both sides. You can see once they're inserted properly, the stereo is loose. So I did get the right tool. So as you can see, when the tool is inserted fully, the clips here are disengaged, and then all we've got on the rear are two connectors. And that's the old screen removed. Now, as far as I can tell, we won't need the keys for this bit. The clips should just reset when we push them in. I'll just give you a close-up of the tool. So the tool goes in and pushes the clip out of the way, and then it's got this little bit sticking out that holds in position to allow you to pull the stereo out. So I'll fit the connectors. And as predicted, just clips straight back into position. So we'll just check that it's working as it should. all the buttons appear to be working. So now I can replace the trim. So we'll need to plug the connectors back in for the airbag light and the hazard warning light button. And that's it. One of the little jobs I've got to do on the car done. Ready for the next one.